I never once doubted that I would one day be given the honor of being appointed aide to Prince Cedric. However, last fall, the government suddenly decided to relieve the Vander family of its duties. The honor of protecting the royal family should not be monopolized by the nobility, they claimed. My brother was then shipped off to the outskirts, my father and uncle buried in military busy work, and I suddenly found my life's purpose gone. And so I made a rash decision and switched to the branch campus at the last minute.
Kurt.
To be perfectly honest, I barely knew a thing about Crossbell before this trip. At first, I thought being annexed into such a powerful country as Erebonia would be a relief to Crossbell citizens. However, pride in one's home isn't that simple. Compared to the helplessness you and the people of Crossbell must feel, my troubles seem like nothing. Once I realized that, I decided I couldn't leave you here alone.
I have trouble understanding why you're feeling like this, Yuna. I never had a hometown, nor was I born from biological parents. I suspect I was created so as to experience as little emotion as possible.
What?
But hearing you last night, I experienced a strange feeling in my chest. Then, Instructor Reen asked if I was okay leaving you here alone, and that is the reason I am still here.
Allie. Unlike you two, I don't have a good reason for staying behind. I know what I should do. Regardless of what's going on, I just need to grit my teeth and keep moving. I know that, but my reason is just my own selfishness.
Ah, nothing lights a fire in my breast quite like courage in the face of insurmountable odds. I shall join you on this quest of yours. It is a pleasure to see you once more, my dear Tio. Also, I'll have you take care to say my name properly. I am the drifting poet and seeker of love, Olivier. It wouldn't do for passer-by to mistake me for the famed debaucherous Prince of Erebonia. Now would it? Oh, they're far more preoccupied with Alphen at the moment. That naughty, debaucherous prince has gone off on his own to play with Mishi in the theme park. A bitter thought though it may be, I've benefited from the absence of a certain constantly fretting bodyguard this time.
But it is because I am a member of the Imperial family that I must do this.
You see, my position prevents me from speaking out on behalf of Crossbell. Thus, I've no other choice but to turn to action this day. Otherwise, I would not be able to face the people of Crossbell I have come to know and love. Upon my telling this to Alphen, she could do little but sigh and agree to my escape scheme. I also come bearing a message from Elise Turine. She wishes you well and says to stay safe.
Thank you, Prince Olivert. Class 7 as well. On behalf of Randy, Ellie, and Lloyd, please protect Crossbell from this disaster looming over it.
Yes!
A year and a half ago, the Empire took over Crossbell without any bloodshed. Of course, Calvard wasn't about to let that stand. Their military strength is about even with Erebonia's. Calvard's armored aviation divisions are full of highly mobile tanks and gunships. They invaded Crossbell to try and drive out the Imperial Army. The Imperial Army held them off with their Panzer Soldats, but during the first few battles, there were a number of gunships that broke through the front lines. Because the occupation was so sudden, most of the citizens were in a panic. Most people fled the city, hoping they'd be away from the fighting in rural towns or remote mining villages. We had the same idea and tried to at least get Ken and Nana to safety in Armorica village. I had just gotten back from the police academy and got an acquaintance to help drive us to the village. That's when it happened. On the way there, we encountered a Calbardian gunship. It was hit by Imperial fire, and I'm sure the pilot started to panic. It started firing at us, even though we were clearly not a military transport. Our driver tried to maneuver around it, but the vehicle took a hit and we were all thrown out of it. It was frustrating. I felt so powerless. All my training at the police academy didn't help one bit. I threw myself on top of Ken and Nana, swearing I'd make sure at least they survived. And then a gray shadow swooped down on us. It looked like a giant statue of a knight had come to life. With one swing of its sword, it cut off the gunship's rotor, letting it land a ways away. And just like that, we were saved.
Are you all right? Is anyone injured?
I heard the voice of a young man coming from inside the giant knight. I found out later. That was the first official mission of the man now known as the Ashen Chevalier.
Yes!
Now it's my turn. Huh.
Come on, how am I supposed to plan around something like this?
A moment. Since I have this chance, I'd like you to relay a message to the Chancellor and Rufus for me. Though my wings have been stolen and my blade lost, I yet have the gun and the rose kept safely in my heart. If you lose your way and take this nation in a poor direction with you, I shall send you another message.
Your Highness.
Message received, Your Highness.
With that concluded, let us away to the field exercise camp.
Okay.
Yes!
I've wanted to thank him this whole time. But I couldn't. I couldn't do anything to save my family. I felt so powerless, and I ended up pinning my frustration on him. And that's what led to this.
I see.
I understand now. Yuna, you just want Instructor Reen to acknowledge you. I think I'm the same. When I accompanied him on his missions, I was tasked with monitoring and supporting him. But he treated me like a child, kept risking himself to protect me, and took on all the burdens himself. I felt so useless.
I'm no different. All I've wanted is for him to recognize my sword skills. I know I still have far to go, but I feel like what happened in Sutherland helped me grow, at least a little. Yuna, I believe this is your opportunity to grow.
Instructor Reen left you a message. I'll play it now.
Yuna, the members of the Special Support Section are, without a doubt, heroes. I can't help but think each one of them are truly great people, him included. But are you okay with simply looking up to them forever? Right now, they're trapped, unable to protect their home. So who's going to be the one to protect Crossbell in their absence? I'm up!
Let's check. I'll take a look then. Yes!
It's my turn!
Leave it to me!
I'm up!
I'm going! What a relief.
It's my turn!
Now it's my turn!
Let's go! But are you okay with simply looking up to them forever? Right now, they're trapped, unable to protect their home. So who's going to be the one to protect Crossbell in their absence?
Thanks! See ya!
What can I get you today? Give it a try. What can I get you today? Give it a try.
It's my turn!
It's my turn.
Now it's my turn.
I'm up.
I'm going!
It's my turn.
Yes.
go! Ha! It's down!
I'll see to this.
This is it!
Now it's my turn. Far too slow.
It's my turn!
Leave it to me! Petrifying shells loaded! You're not going anywhere!
Let's go!
Ah!
Everyone okay?
Victory is clear!
Ah!
Now it's my turn.
It's my turn! Petrifying shells loaded! You're not going anywhere! Here! Emma, follow me!
Yes!
Take this!
It's my turn! Yeah! Now!
Take this!
Let's go!
Sit!
All right, nice work.
I see a powerful enemy. Take caution.
Let's get going.
Understood.
A strong enemy! Be careful!
Second form, Gale! Leave it to me! Petrifying shells loaded! You're not going anywhere! Here!
Attack!
Now it's my turn. May you rest in peace. Fire!
I'm going! Dark Blade! Please!
Let's go!
Get back! It's down!
I'll see to this.
Yes! There!
Yes. May you rest in peace. Fire!
Yes! Now!
Take this!
It's my turn!
Sit! Yes! There! No problems. Let's continue.
How's that?
Let's get going.
Understood.
Enemies approaching! Please be careful!
Get back! It's down! Let's go, everyone!
But of
Yes!
I'll
course.
handle this!
Fire!
Ha! Leave it to me! There! They're down!
Attack!
Good job, Emma.
That was wonderful, Machias. Enemies approaching. Please be careful.
Second form, Gale!
I'm going. Burning flames. Vorpal flare.
Leave it to me! There! They're down!
Attack!
Leave it to me! There! It's down! An opening! That was quite the performance, Reen.
Nothing compared to you, Your Highness. Let's get going.
Understood!
It's my turn! But are you okay with simply looking up to them forever? Right now, they're trapped, unable to protect their home. So who's going to be the one to protect Crossbell in their absence?
Seriously? He's always so... I know that already. Does he really think I need to hear any of that crap from him?
From the sound of it, we're ready to go now. We already have the location, so...
Come on, we wasted enough time here. Let's get going already.
Muse and Dash?
What are you doing here?
Got permission from Randolph to tag along.
As for me, I asked Instructor Toa to assign me as your support.
I would have come too if I were able.
Me too. Oh, if only I was able to fight.
Louise and Jessica are one thing, but... How long were you two listening?